You can tunjuk anak cucu. Okay, go on.
Where's my knife? Jangan. Okay. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Apa khabar semua? Jadi tazkirah pada hari ini saya nak fokuskan kepada satu tajuk iaitu disiplin lah. Okay, bila kita sebut disiplin ni benda apa yang first kali kita terfikir? Bagi saya disiplin ni macam kita dah tentukan macam satu jadual atau satu benda untuk kita siapkan dalam satu waktu yang tertentu. Kita cuba untuk melakukan benda tu berdasarkan jadual tersebut lah.
I thought the task should be in English, no?
Oh, really? Sorry.
Yes. We are in IUM. First language English, second Arabic.
Okay, got it. Sorry. Oh God, this is so. Okay, try again. Okay.
Try again.
Oh, okay. When we are talking about discipline, the first thing that comes to my mind is that trying to do anything that is productive within a timely manner. Let's say that, okay, I want to wake up in the morning at least before 10 o'clock at the latest. So being disciplined is that we set that goal and then we try to do it as good as possible. So the problem with that is that once we are having a bad habit developed before that, it is like very, very difficult to like revert back to the good one. And I will confess to you guys, I have that problem. And from my own experience, it took a lot of time for me to correct myself. So what I want to say to you people is that, sure, it does take a lot of time, but please don't lose your hope. Please be like vigilant and be conserve your perseverance as hard as possible. It's like Madam said, these bad habits happens due to our Madam? We have the one that is hasutan syaitan, and then our
nafs.
Our nafs. Yeah. This because we have nafs in ourselves, it's like a wild horse, and this wild horse is very hard for us to detain, right? So in order to do good, we have to detain the wild horse and to tame it, basically. But there is not an easy task. It will take some time, but please do not lose hope, and please be as try to develop your discipline as long as possible. Do not lose hope. That's what I want to say.
Okay, good. Is that all? Anything else?
That is all.
Okay, thank you, Faik.
Yeah.
For the tazkirah. So, Hambali, what's the tazkirah in one sentence?
Yeah, discipline.
Not one word, one sentence, okay? Tak faham tak tazkirah tu?
Ya, macam so-so je.
Tak pernah faham tazkirah tu. Okay, let's ask Aiman. Aiman, summarize in one sentence what's the tazkirah about?
discipline yourself is not easy, but do not give up. Just keep doing it.
Betul, Faiz.
Yeah, that's just the gist of it.
Okay, so one thing, that's why in Islam we have mujahadun li nafs. We need to mujahadah against our nafs. And when we say discipline, it's part of the mujahadah. Mujahadah, the root word is jihad. The root word is jihad. So it means that all of us have nafs in ourselves. Some people like to sleep. Some people like to play game. Some people like to, what do you like, Azam, to do?
Like to study, madam.
Really?
Just kidding.
so macam tipu je, you know. So tell me, be honest, what do you like to do?
I like to watch movie.
Okay, some people like to watch movie. So these are all part of our nafs. So it can be, mentioned by Brother Faiz, it's like a wild horse. You know, wild horse are they are like crazy. They just go everywhere. You cannot control them. They will kick you. If you go close to a wild horse, they will kick you and you can die because they are very strong, you know. Kan kita belajar horsepower, 1 horsepower, 2 horsepower. They are very strong. So therefore, in order to tame them, you need to be stronger than the wild horse. You mean one is your determination. You need to have a strong determination in order to make sure that you win. Your jihad against your nafs, you will win. And all of us have to do this jihad. All of you know what you like, and you know that you shouldn't spend that much time for that. So you don't have to tell me. All of us have this, or anything that lawa that you do, or any sin that you do. So we have to fight our nafs, and Ramadan is the best time. The best time to fight against our nafs. If in Ramadan you're not able to fight against your nafs, you're still lazy. Lazy also part of nafs. So if you cannot fight it in Ramadan, the chances for you to fight in another month is less. So during this month, do our best to fight our nafs. So we cannot fight lah. That's why in Ramadan you force yourself to wake up for Qiyamul Lail or Tahajjud. You like to sleep, right? Nobody likes to stay up at night. Nobody. And Allah knows. That's why the reward is very big, because you are against your nafs to wake up at night for the sake of Allah. So let's try our best. I think that's the tazkirah that Faiz want to convey today. Okay. Alright. So the rest of you get ready. Yeah. If you haven't given a tazkirah, get ready. I will call you anytime. So don't tell me that I don't give you warning. I will give you warning. Yeah. Okay. And the one who already did, maybe also call you the second time. So get ready as well. Sukati saya, it's my class. Sukati, I don't have rules. Okay. Right. So today we're going to go to BJP. Sekejap, kita buka. Come on, slide here. I need to open first the slide. Nobody reminded me to, to mark your quiz. Somebody remind me. Ikut hati kan, ini being honest lah. I'm being brutally honest. Ikut hati tak nak tanda. Sebabnya. Ni pun kena mujahadah lah nafs. Malas sebenarnya. So banyak sangat benda nak kena tanda. Gini pun kena tanda. So macam need time to sit down. Bila duduk je banyak benda lain nak kena buat. Lepas tu bila buat benda lain semua dah penat. So tu alasan kita semualah di dunia ini. So maknanya kita tak ada jalan lain kecuali kita kena paksa diri kita. So we should help each other. You, as I mentioned, I help you and you also help me. You need to like push me to apa, tanda lah quiz tu. Soalan exam saya belum buat. Okay, so apa nak buka nak buka slide that we call slide number. Slide number 3 tu ada ni. Why is it low? Slide number 3, slide number 4. Should be slide number 4. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay, for attendance today, the password is discipline. So you can fill in your attendance. Okay, can you see my slide? Yeah. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today we'll be learning Allah Akbar, tanda pula charging office cancel. Saya bawa dia charging tu. Bipolar. So today we'll be learning about bipolar job reduction transistor. Oh, dia kalau tukar ke saya buka code notability ni lari perkataan. Just to share while charging my Apple Pencil. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Khairukum ahsanu ahsanul qulub." Inna, aku tak boleh baca daripada sini. Tapi basically it says the best among you are those who are best in character, akhlak. So out of how many of us here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lah of us here. The best among us here is the one who are best in akhlak. Okay, so akhlak is very important. Karena even if you memorize the whole Quran, you do qiyam, you do tahajjud, you got a GPA 4.0, you get the best award of student, so the best award. Okay, but you don't have akhlak, in the sight of Allah, you are not the best. So you are not the best. So if you want to be the best in the sight of Allah, we need to make perfect our akhlak. So our akhlak means many things, how you're talking to your parents. Do you shout to your parents? Do you say nice word to your parents? Do you smile to your parents? How do you talk to the lecturer? How do you talk to your friends? How do you talk to people older than you? What is your body language? Sometimes you don't say anything, but it's your body language. With your parents, your mother asks you to do something. You don't say anything, but your face. From your face, your mother know that you are not happy. That is also akhlak. Okay. So this Ramadan, let's try to let's have the best akhlak that we can. So not to be angry. If you are hot tempered, try to not be hot tempered. Okay. We went through this. So just to share, this Cordoba Mosque is still in Cordoba. It's like maybe 1 hour drive from Alhambra, and it's still very much intact because it was a mosque before when the Muslim ruler was ruling, and after that, it was after we lost to the Christian kingdom, they changed it to become a church. So if you go inside the mosque actually, if you look at the history, it's starting very small. It's like macam Masjid Nabi kan. It started very small. Then another Khalifah make it bigger because you have more people to pray, and then keep on bigger. The same as Cordoba Mosque. They have a few phases. The ruler after that make it bigger, and it's big. You can see outside of the mosque there are places where you take wudu, so you know it's a mosque. But when the Christian took over, they changed the mosque to become a church. So if you go inside now, so now still a Christian, Spain still ruled by a Christian country. So if you go now, it's no longer become like a true church. It becomes like a museum. So they become secular, you know. So they become a museum. So but if you go inside, you will see that mana mihrab? This is the mihrab of the Cordoba Mosque. So mihrab where the imam stands, right? Dekat bawah ni the imam stands there. So this is where if you look carefully, there's ayat of Quran in khat over there. So only this mihrab looks like Muslim, Islamic. The rest, if you go to the mosque, you go to the other side, you go to this side, the right side, or you look around, most of the walls that are full of Jesus and Mary painting or statue. So when they change it to become a church, they put the picture and paintings and the statue of Jesus and Mary banyak kat situ. So in there you can see two religion. One is the mosque and one is the church. And before I went there, I read this writing in the internet before going there. I did some study, and it was very sad because the person said he's a man. He said Cordoba is a mosque. So for a Muslim, we take this as a mosque, not a church or a museum. So he said when he went there, he entered the mosque and he want to do tahiyatul masjid 2 rakaat, right? So if you enter a mosque, patutnya kita boleh sembahyang lah tahiyat masjid, tahiyatul masjid. So he started, he didn't dia tak kacau orang pun, dia angkat tangan nak sembahyang. When he bow down, he wants to do sujud, then the guard come running and then pull him out. And then he wrote his experience in the writing. He said, and he said he feel very sad. Once before there are a lot of Muslims praying there, and now when he wants to pray tahiyatul masjid, he's not allowed. And this is the state of the Muslim ummah now. So we are not allowed to do what we want in our own. This is our land basically. But so that's the state of the Muslim ummah now. And where are we going? Is it going to change? Who's going to change it? Are we part of the change, or are we part of the losing of the loser? Right. So this is a question that you should ask you. Which part of you in this situation? All of us have a part to play. Either a part to play as a loser, or a part to play as the winning team, meaning we are striving towards a victory. Okay, so finish. I think I can now use my answer. So now let's go back to BJP. Okay, so when I open Notability, ni lari sikit lah. Dia lari daripada PowerPoint. Asal boleh baca. So, okay, first, so you learn about diode. Now you understand everything about diode and PN junction. Before we start BJP, let me ask you, Faiz, you don't answer this question. For PN junction, the avalanche breakdown and the Zener breakdown, is it permanent or not? The breakdown, is it permanent or not? Because nobody asked me a question on that. So I ask you a question. You watched that video, right? Yeah, so is the breakdown permanent or no? Aina.
No.
No? Why not?
Mm, No.
Huh? Yes, why not? There must be a reason why you answer no. Answer Aina. I'm waiting. Still waiting.
I cannot find the note.
It doesn't have to be in the note, it should be in your heart and your mind. Kan saya. Sama je lah. It's true. Knowledge should be in the heart. Mm.
Um, hmm,
You know what's okay, let me ask you, what is avalanche breakdown? Pun dalam note.
our
Huh?
avalanche breakdown it occurs with normal doping. And for Zena with
No, I'm
high
asking
doping.
what is avalanche breakdown? Answer that question. What is avalanche breakdown?
Hilang.
Hmm?
Entah hilang itu.
What?
Nota tu hilang lagi dah.
Mata hilang. Okay, always sekali je hilang. Sekali lagi saya tanya kau hilang sekali lagi, oh, you'll be punished. Okay, what is avalanche breakdown, Najwa?
Avalanche breakdown to it's a problem. It happened at normal doping.
No, I don't want to know what is avalanche breakdown. Najwa, you're not listening. I don't want you to macam burung kakak tua, just reading again your notes. From your understanding, what is avalanche breakdown? In one sentence.
It's occur when electrons go down to from the type of separated to the n type. It's like
You're going to answer that in the exam?
I mean it's like from the potential electron from the potential it will become to the kinetic when going down to the and then
What is avalanche breakdown, Solihin? I will ask until I'm happy. So if nobody can make me happy, you are in trouble. Because you didn't ask me question. Saya tanya ada tak soalan, awak kata tak ada. Solihin. What is avalanche breakdown?
Sudden rush of current in reverse bias.
Repeat.
Sudden rush of current in reverse bias due to high voltage or electric field.
Okay, better. If I give the mark 100%, I will give 70%. But you're supposed to get 100%, okay? In my exam, it's not difficult. Everybody should get 90%. So, who wants to add to that? What's the missing word? The important mechanism, which is very important for avalanche.
Oh,
Ada nak jawab?
Electron hitting atom.
Apa nama mechanism tu?
Impact ionization.
That process is called impact ionization. That's the keyword. So the Zener doesn't have impact ionization. If you use the impact ionization, it means that phrase alone explains all the process that yang Najwa cuba nak explain tapi tak berapa nak dapat ditangkap tu, right? So impact ionization is the key. So unless I ask you what is impact ionization, then you need to explain. Impact ionization is right? Now, so is this breakdown, this avalanche breakdown, Zener breakdown, is it permanent or reversible? Sorry. Do you understand my question, right? Kau tak faham soalan tanya.
Is it permanent or I think it's permanent because
So Solihin said permanent, Aina said no. Aina, get ready while you answer no. Azam, what do you think? Azam.
Permanent, madam.
Azam also say permanent. Hambali.
It's for avalanche.
No, after avalanche. So after it break down, the breakdown itself, is it permanent or no?
Permanent.
Tok Guru Hambali pun kata permanent. Okay, Aiman?
I'm not so sure about avalanche, but Zina, I think permanent.
Okay, so maknanya ada difference lah. Interesting juga Tok Guru Aiman ni. So berbeza Zena dengan avalanche. So Najwa, permanent or reversible?
I think it's reversible.
Okay, why you say reversible?
Because of the voltage.
Hmm?
Because of voltage, I mean like avalanche voltage is varied. It's occurred at high voltage, but it's not all the time that circle has the high voltage. Sometimes it can become low voltage.
Okay, so for example, I bias the diode. So let's say the breakdown voltage of the avalanche breakdown voltage for that diode A is 40 volt, minus 40 volt. So I say 40 volt reverse bias. So now I make it into 42 volt. So it's beyond the breakdown voltage, right? So it will break down, right? Right or no? Najwa? Najwa?
Negative 44, then it become negative 42.
Yeah, the breakdown voltage is 40. Then now I bias it to 42. Is it is it breakdown already or no?
Breakdown already.
Breakdown already. Okay, good. So now then so breakdown meaning I have higher current. So then I change the voltage after that. I make it 20 volts. Is it still a high voltage? What happens to the diode and the current?
Change.
Najwa?
Change.
You change to what? Is still high current or no? Or is still
No,
no?
current.
Huh?
I think it's low.
Apa Najwa?
Can you repeat?
Can I repeat? Okay, so now, okay, let me draw. So let me draw. See if you kalau draw pun tak jawab lagi, jaga awak semua. So I will draw. Look at my drawing. So I'm drawing here very little over here. See. So this is my current. So this is my reverse. Okay, so this is my current voltage. And this, the voltage it starts to break down. Let's say this is 40 volt. Okay, so this is 40 volt reverse. Now I bias it to become real. So now I bias it at then I minus at minus 42 volt. Okay, so my breakdown is 40 volt. Then at minus 40, then I bias the diode to minus 42. Then it will break down, right? Yes, breakdown means I have sudden, Solihin said, sudden increase in current. Okay, so after I make it minus 42, then I change the bias to 20 volt. What will happen? Do I still get this current here? Or do I get this?
No.
Or what do I get? Or the diode already damaged? Which one? What's your answer? Najwa?
At 20 volts.
What's your answer, Najwa?
Get the current at 20 volts.
So you get low current. Okay, that's correct. So the answer is reversible. This avalanche and Zener diode is reversible. That's why we engineer, we love it, because we can manipulate, we can use it. So that's why I was telling to Faiz, those who doing photo detector, who else other than Faiz doing photo detector? So if you're doing photo detector, there's an avalanche photo detector. Make sure it's in your slide. Okay.
Madam, I found it is in the internet. It says that avalanche is not reversible while Zener is reversible.
So do not trust the internet. Siapa internet kata tu? Which website?
Electrical for you.
Huh?
Electrical for you.
Who's electrical for you? Is he a lecturer or what?
Oh, this one.
Huh?
I don't know.
Does electrical for you did her or his PhD for 5 years? Saja. No, basically that's why in the internet you need to be careful. Sebenarnya avalanche breakdown is not permanent. It's not permanent. You can reverse it. Kalau tak percaya, let's go to the lab. Ni memang kerja saya duk main dengan avalanche breakdown. So you can go to the lab and you can bias it and you can go to 20 volt, we go less. However, okay, dia ada tapi semua benda ada limit. So however, if you say the breakdown voltage is 40 volt, now you bias it minus 42, it's still okay. The current is still higher. But if you go beyond, for example, pergi ke 100 volt or 150 volt, the current will be too high. So when the current is too high, bukan breakdown tu yang permanent. What will happen is the current is too high in the diode, it will cause heating. Bila heating tu dia permanent damage, dia terbakar. Kadang-kadang awak main dengan awak punya diode, tak tahu first year, ingat tak tiba-tiba keluar asap. Awak eksperimen tak pernah. Saya dulu selalu terbakar habis semua benda. So macam kenapa berasap ni? Macam bodoh kenapa ni, you know. Tiba-tiba kenapa tak dapat result? Macam lah bodoh. Masa saya first year dulu memang bodoh betul lah. Saya tak tahu apa dia jadi. So apa saya buat pun tak tahu dalam lab tu. Saya memang kesian tu lah masa saya undergrad tu. So I don't understand. Saya rasa semua lab saya masuk tu saya tak faham. Tapi saya dapat A. So masalahnya dapat A ni bukan semestinya kita faham. So I'm very good in kadang kita ni bagus in memuntahkan balik information tu. So masa dulu saya pandai yang macam memuntahkan, buat banyak final buat banyak past paper, you know the trend and you can answer. Tapi adakah awak faham tu tak sure. Sebab tu saya tak, dulu macam saya macam kata saya faham, saya dapat A, saya tak nak cuba D. Saya just kerja kuat. So now, but semiconductor now, my aim is for you to understand. Bukannya hafal. Kalau dapat result tak tinggi pun tapi awak faham, I'll be happy. Kalau tak dapat A pun, tapi patutnya dapat A lah kan, kalau dah faham tu. So jadi answer is, it's not, both are reversible. Okay, Zener and avalanche both reversible. That's why ada avalanche photo detector. Kita boleh gunakan mekanisme avalanche ni untuk buat jadi special untuk photo detector. Nanti kawan awak explain lah. I hope that kawan awak explain. Okay, Zener diode breakdown ni kita guna untuk application lain. Biasanya kita guna untuk rectifier. That's why masa awak belajar first year dulu, you kata Zener diode kan, ada buat rectifier, dah belajar tu. Tapi masa tu awak tak belajar pasal avalanche diode. Avalanche diode ni biasanya guna, kita panggil avalanche diode, kita panggil avalanche photodetector. It's used in the application as a photodetector. Tapi dia diode je. Okay. Alright, so now you know. It's actually reversible. Saya realise ni sebab saya bincang dengan Faiz, saya tengok rupanya dia pun ingat permanent. So mungkin silap saya tak cerita. Sebab saya assume semua orang tahu kan. Tapi itulah, kadang saya terlupa. Alright. Ada question lagi on avalanche dengan Zain tadi? So, tak ada?
Madam.
Yeah.
So for the Zener, the keyword is tunneling, right?
Yes. The keyword is tunneling. The keyword is tunneling. Tunneling tu apa? What is tunneling?
I have to sketch it, madam.
Alright, boleh sketch lah. Dalam exam boleh sketch. Tunneling is basically the carriers are going across the band gap. Tunneling and then it goes from they go across the band gap. Sepatutnya tak boleh macam tu, right? Tapi because of this the high doping, it can macam dia macam pelik juga. So this mechanism tunneling ni dia macam quantum mechanics sikit. Dia macam it shouldn't be like that. Macam tak possible. Dia macam apa? Apa kataan orang yang science fiction tu? Teleport ke yang macam kita ada kat tempat lain tu. Macam itulah tunneling. Macam dia apa?
Time travel.
Apa?
Time travel.
No. That's different.
Lah. So basically dia pergi dari tempat ni ke tempat tu biasanya tak boleh. You cannot tunnel through. Biasa tak boleh. Normally dia tak boleh tunnel through. Tapi because of the satu lagi sebab dia reverse bias and dia high doping, dia nipis benda tu. So it's easy to tunnel. It can be pro and con. So kalau kita boleh, sebab tu we understand the physics, we can use this mechanism for our benefit. If you don't understand, kita nak buat avalanche tapi kita buat karakteristik of Zener pun ada. Zener dia boleh mengganggu kita punya design. That's why kita kena tahu physics. Engineers need to know physics a bit lah. Okay, especially if you are in the design team. Kalau awak jenis yang if you just like testing, you don't need to know much about the physics. Okay. Tapi kat Malaysia ni tak banyak on design. Malaysia ni kita banyak testing.
Banyak manufacture.
Sebab dia orang tak nak bagi kita design sebab kita tak ada ilmu tu. Tapi ada juga sikit-sikit lah testing tu on the physics. Okay. Now, let's go back to BJT. So, we have this. So, you learn about PN junction, so they know, okay, PN junction paling senang sebenarnya Schottky diode. Schottky very easy. Schottky, do you know what's the difference between PN junction and Schottky diode? PN diode, PN junction diode dengan Schottky diode. Apa beza dia, Faiz?
PN you need two different dope of semiconductor material, which is P and N type. But for Schottky, you just need one, either P or N, and then one metal.
So it's actually simpler. You ambil a piece of metal, you stick it a semiconductor, it becomes a diode. Okay. So and it need to depend on which type of semiconductor. So there the work function that you need to calculate. Kalau PN junction, you have the P, you have the N, but still kat hujung tepi ni, you still need metal for metal contact. So maknanya banyak kerja sikit lah. Metal, P, N, metal. Right? So kalau yang Schottky, you just need metal, you need semiconductor, you put another metal here as a contact. Okay. So lagi simple, lagi senang nak buat lah. Okay. So apa nak cerita ni? So this person, so somebody had done some experiment in 1947 this William Shockley. Remember that we talk about the generation Shockley Reed Hall. Dia one of it dah, William Shockley ni. So dia yang jumpa that apa generation process to defect, dia pun jumpa amplifier ni. So the first type of amplifier that they found was BJT. So macam ni, very crude. Very crude, dia ada metal sikit, lepas tu dia ada apa PNP, so dia put metal, dia ada diode kat situ. So in the end, it found out that it can amplify. So they submitted for a patent. Lepas tu tak payahlah baca sendirilah cerita ni.
Apa furious.
Ya, sebab dia dalam one thing you learn from history, even science, orang curi idea.
Oh, okay, that's why.
So and then they claim for themselves. So macam tu. So kita pun ada juga zaman sekarang. Sampai sekarang kalau saya buat research pun ada certain benda yang kita tak publish. Ada banyak orang tak publish certain benda sebab kita takut orang tiru kita punya idea or pattern. So tapi so then tapi Shockley pun pergi. So in the end in 1955 tiga tu shared the Nobel Prize. Walaupun dia marah tapi Nobel kata yang award winner kata bagilah tiga-tiga. So the three of them got the Nobel Prize for founding this BJT. Okay. Lepas tu Shockley buka company sendiri. Then dia found dia is a founder of the Intel Corporation. The starting of Intel. Sebab you know Intel is everything about apa nama ni amplifier or CMOS, or you know about it's like an amplifier macam MOSFET, transistor. It's all about transistor. It's about transistor and Intel. So they started with this BJT. Tapi if you think they started with BJT, now all Intel are using MOSFET. Why? Why? Have we discussed why? Kenapa what yang penting? Kenapa?
Because they want to achieve a small single element as possible.
Yes, that's yes. However, satu juga mula-mula tu memang pertama kali jumpa BJT. Buat eksperimen, you know, in order for you to be able to sell, the research need to be mature. Maknanya kita dah tahu everything, kita boleh manufacture mass manufacture. Cumanya masalah dengan BJT ni, research dia slow. And then walaupun BJT tu start, research dia slow. Tiba dia dah start ini, dia start sini pergi sini kan. Then orang jumpa MOSFET, lambat sikit daripada BJT. Tapi the research of the MOSFET ni dia take over BJT. So kadang-kadang in life dia bukan sebab benda tu tak bagus pun. Kadang-kadang many factors. Bila ramai yang buat kerja on MOSFET, lagi cepat benda tu mature. So and then plus dia boleh buat benda tu kecil, orang ambil benda tu as the mainstream. So that after that now sampai sekarang everything on MOSFET. Sebab that's more mature tapi boleh buat small. And research ni memang kira memang dah mature. Di mana kita dah tahu everything basically about MOSFET, CMOS, silicon MOSFET. Okay. So okay, ni tiga orang ni, Shockley, Bratin dengan Bardeen ni. Bardeen dia yang
He does not happy.
tahu lah dia happy ke tak ni kan. So this is their first BJT. Ya, buruk je kan, besar. Oh, another thing, kita kat Malaysia ni tak ada. Masa kita bercerita lah, puasa-puasa ni mesti awak penat kau. Ke tak penat? Masa saya pernah duduk dekat Itali 2 bulan. Saya duduk situ lepas A-level saya dekat UK, dekat Leamington Spa. So masa saya buat A-level tu, saya nampak ada iklan kata siapa nak buat National Vocational Diploma dekat Itali. So saya tak nampak diploma tu, saya buat Itali. Okay, kita budak-budak lah. Masa tu I was, berapa umur saya masa tu lah? Kita habis SPM umur berapa?
17 SPM.
17 tu tahun habis SPM ke tahun selepas tu?
Tahun jawab SPM.
Tahun jawab 17. So saya habis A-level tu 18. So masa 18, imagine 18 lah, kanak-kanak. So saya pun nampak iklan ni kat Itali, and dia kata they will pay all the expenses. Dia akan bagi duit bulan-bulan di situ, cuma kita kena bayar flight ticket pergi sana. So and then you get a diploma on national vocational. Saya pun Saya tak tahu, in the end saya tak tahu saya dapat ke tak, macam tak dapat di situ tu. So lepas tu tapi it's open to Commonwealth country sebab dia untuk UK je, and Commonwealth kita Commonwealth so dapatlah pergi. So pergilah 2 bulan masa sama program saya. Kita sama cuti sama kan. Kat situ ada 3 bulan cuti sama, 2 bulan saya duduk kat sana. So masa duduk kat situ interesting lah, and masa tu tahun bila 1998 kot. 1998. It's a long time ago, right? Macam 1998 tu internet pun tak ada. There's no internet yet. Baru nak ada Yahoo. Yahoo tu macam wow. Macam tu lah. Saya ingat kawan saya, do you have email account? Kata, account apa benda ni? Dia kata, nak Yahoo. Dia kata, saya kata, ya ke? You can. So masa tu, saya waktu tahu masa A-level tu, tulis surat ke Malaysia yang pakai apa ni, yang ada kain skeping tu. Orang tengok tak? The cheapest. Dia tulis surat ni, kalau kita tak stamp, dia mahal. Dia ada satu yang panggil, yang semua surat tu satu dia sekali dengan sampul.
Postcard.
Postcard.
Macam postcard. Apa benda dia tu tak ada dah zaman sekarang. Semua tak tahu. Because the cheapest. Dia macam dia sapu, kita boleh tulis kat sampul surat, tapi kita boleh lipat dia macam surat. Tapi macam ringan sebab kita tulis atas sampul tu. Apa benda dah saya tak ingat nama dia tu. Saya tulis tu lah balik Malaysia ke kawan saya duduk sana kan. Ada 3 orang yang kawan baik saya kat Malaysia. Bukan tulis kat mak tau. Tulis kat kawan. So lepas tu, tak, internet tak ada. Saya ingat barulah ada internet kat UK tu. Kat Malaysia lagi lah tak ada internet. So memang tak ada hafal. Buka account pun, kawan kita kat Malaysia bukan dia boleh buka internet. So that is the starting of the internet. Saya kata, oh ada internet lah. Baru saya tahu. Okay. Bila saya tu zaman tu 1998 tu macam tak ada internet. So can you imagine lah orang kat Itali zaman tu semua tak boleh cakap English. Semua tak cakap English. So I went there and we had to go to 1 week punya Italian course. Sebelum pergi seminggu belajar bahasa Itali. Sebab saya tak tahu rupanya kat situ semua orang tak cakap English. Tapi saya went to this class. Lepas habis seminggu tu pergilah Itali. As predicted tak ada orang bercakap. Bos saya pun kat situ, I was placed in a school. Dia panggil summer school untuk ajar English. Budak-budak ni tak ada kena dengan engineering. So and they don't my boss don't even speak English. They speak Italian. So saya ingat even dia suruh saya betulkan tulis surat. Tulis address di atas sama surat. Dia bagi saya komputer. Everything in the computer is in Italian, yang ke atas tu file, semua tu in Italian. Ya Allah. Saya tak nak buat. Macam seolah macam kita tak pandai komputer. So semua tu in Italian. So instruction dia pun Italian. Betul dia macam orang Itali ni dia tak lembut macam kita. Dia macam dia kasar sikit cara cakap. Betul bahasa dia macam English macam attention kan. Kita attention tapi dia guna macam attenzione tapi cara dia sebut tu memang kasar lah, macam semua saya selalu rasa saya kena marah kat situ lah. Rasa bodoh semua benda tak boleh buat. Instruction pun tak faham. Can imagine duduk seorang-seorang kat situ. Dia tak saya seorang kat situ. Saya pergi 2 orang Melayu. Seorang tu kawan saya tu dia duduk kat museum, UNESCO punya museum. Saya ni dia jauh ada 2. And semua kat situ tak ada Muslim. Interesting. Kita orang semua bila jalan kat tepi, I will tell you 1998, kita ada rumah tu pula dia orang letak satu bilik dengan ada orang putih yang gigi sekali, serumah dengan Italian perempuan lah. So dia cuma mujulah Italian tu boleh cakap English. So bila kita orang jalan nak pergi kedai tepi jalan biasa, awak tahu dia macam ada 2 lane. Motosikal berhenti bila kita orang jalan. Dia tengok sini. Kita orang macam dia tengok kita orang macam kita orang perempuan jalan macam biasa, dia tengok semua orang tengok. So macam what's wrong, kita baru sampai, kita relax je lah. Macam kat UK normal tu jalan tak ada orang tengok. Kat situ jalan kenapa semua orang tengok. So macam kereta pun tengok, motor siap berhenti tu tengok. Kenapa dia tengok? Rupa-rupanya kat situ Itali tu dia memang kuat Kristian. Memang dia memang church memang everywhere. Church dia aktif tak macam UK. Tapi kat situ orang yang pakai tudung hanyalah nun. Dia tak tengok orang pakai tudung color-color. Kan nun kan dia pakai warna putih je kan. Dia macam pelik, dia lah pakai macam tudung macam nun tapi pakai seluar. Macam you know, macam bagi dia something like, sebab internet tak ada, dia tak pernah tengok orang macam itu, tak pernah tengok orang Islam. So macam mula-mula kita orang macam pelik juga. Betul lama dia tak buat anything bad kecuali ada sekali yang macam kena ludah sikit lah dekat atas bas. Tapi pelik masa saya naik bas tu, kita naik bas, lepas tu orang tua naik. Kita biasalah bagi tempat duduk tu ke orang tua kan. Orang tua betul lah macam perempuan tua. Jadi dia tengok saya atas bawah macam ni. And then dia kata Umi Adia. Umi Adia means oh my god. Tengok orang macam saya. Dia dah tua, selama hidup dia tak pernah tengok ada orang macam ni, apa benda ni. Macam tu. So this is my experience kat Italia. So I think very interesting. Tapi yang macam interesting lagi, saya berani pula nak pergi. And mak ayah saya bagi pergi. Agaknya kalau mak ayah saya tahu ada mafia dekat Itali tu, dia tak bagi kau pergi. Masa tu dia tak tahu kot. Sebab you know, it's actually dangerous. Saya pergi jalan, saya naik bas, mula saya jalan kaki 30 minit daripada rumah ke tempat school saya tu. Sebab saya tak ada kereta. So, and kawan saya tu kat museum tempat lain, jauh. So, kita jalan seorang diri, pergi everyday. So, macam Allah jaga, memang Allah jaga saya. Betul, bila ada duit, bukan ada duit, lala ada orang pinjamkan basikal, naiklah basikal buruk. Saya akan naik basikal buruk tu daripada situ secepat sikit, 15 minit sampai school. So, that was an experience. So, nak ceritanya, kawan saya tu kerja dekat museum. So, museum UNESCO. So, sekali tu dia bawa lah saya pergi. And ada very Francesco, nama orang tua jaga kat museum tu. Dr. Francesco ni, dia tunjuk. Satu bilik tu besar sangat. And penuh, dia kata, this is the first computer, dia kata. And you know, dia punya transistor, dia tunjuklah BJT transistor saya besar-besar ni. Besar ni tu. Satu transistor. Can you imagine? Sekarang ni kan, you know, one MOSFET transistor is very small, you can even see with your eye. Yang dia tunjuk kat museum dulu-dulu, BJT transistor macam ni, it's a cube. So dia tunjuk lah, kata, kat Malaysia tak ada macam tu. So that's my experience. Tapi the best lah, experience yang best kat situ, yang tu yang macam menakutkan sikit lah. Alhamdulillah Allah protected, sebab ramai kawan-kawan saya pergi Itali tahun 2000 lebih sampai sekarang. You need to be careful if you go there. Ada kawan saya pergi backpacking, dekat bawah tu dia kena toreh. Bag dia kena toreh, orang acu pisau. It's dangerous. Tapi Alhamdulillah Allah protected me and my friends. You know, Alhamdulillah. Saya memang thankful to Allah. So, tapi bila pergi situ, the beauty is, you know, memang tak ada jarang, tak jumpa orang Islam. So one day kita orang tinggi nak makan makanan daging. Sebab semua duk makan ikan, duk makan vegetable. So check ada, orang kata ada masjid. Tapi kita orang tak tahu nak pergi macam mana kat masjid tu. Sebabnya susah, kena tukar bas 3-4 kali, dah semua cakap Italian, you know, it's difficult. Sekali tu kita orang jalan pergi, setiap weekend, we will go out tu nak pergi jalan lah. Kita orang pergi Venice, kita orang dekat Padova. Nak pergi Venice, nak pergi Pisa, nak pergi Milan. So, kita orang akan berjalan kaki ke train station. Tengah jalan-jalan tu, tiba ada dua lelaki jalan. Lelaki tu gaya macam gangster. Aku pernah tengok orang gangster berjalan. Kan macam sengit-sengit sikit macam gitu kan. You know, kalau orang gangster kan dia jalan macam gitu. Allah Allah. Saya memang nampak ramai masa saya buat dono ya. Dua orang kita orang buat hal kita orang je lah jalan. Tiba-tiba dia berhenti, betul dia siap pakai rantai tu. Gangster tu buat jalan macam tu, siap pakai rantai. Muka dia macam muka Italian. Lepas tu dia kata salam, dia kata macam tu. Salamun ke apa? Salam ke salam kita dengar. I was 18 at that time, very young. So tengok benda ni kenapa ni ya. So betul dia cakap in Italian. Betul dia tunjuk diri dia Musliman. Dia kata dia Muslim. In Italian. Musliman tu Muslim in Italian. Muslim? So saya tak pernah jumpa Muslim kat situ. Sebab dia kenal, dia tahu kita orang pakai tudung ni orang Islam. Bukan orang Kristian pakai tudung macam ni. So Muslim. Saya kata, Alhamdulillah. Kita bersyukur Alhamdulillah lah. So, dia cakap Italian, dengan basic Italian tak ada. Dia pun bukan cakap English. Lepas tu, and then dia nampak very happy. Dia nampak very happy to see us there. So kita pun happy jugalah jumpa orang Islam. And then kita tanya, dove meskita, dove tu where? Where is masjid? Kok lah dia tahu. bos kita. Dia tahu. Walaupun dia tu pakai rantai macam gangster ya. So dia kata, oh masjid dia pun beritahu, okay. Kita kata bas tak ingat lah bahasa Italian, bas apa. Dia kata, okay. Dia kata bas, dia sebut nombor. Take nombor bas ni, lepas tu dia kata change bas ni, to change bas. Dia bagi tahu bas apa kita orang nak naik. So tu je lah conversation tak cakap lama dengan dia sebab kita orang nak kena kejar, nak dapat train tu. So after that, because of his information, we managed to go to the masjid, tukar 3 kali bas. So and then but to see their face of seeing another Muslim is priceless. So ada lagi satu story masa dekat train station. Tiap kali pergi train station, tiap weekend tu, ada seorang lelaki ni akan tengok kita orang juga. Tak ada perempuan lah, saya tak tahu kenapa. Ada lelaki tua lah, lelaki tu umur macam 50 something. Duk tengok kita orang macam, what don't know, kita orang takut lah. So we will just take care of ourselves. Terus sekali tu masa, I remember last week of we are in Italy, dia panggil tu, tiba-tiba panggil bersusu-susu, kata come here. Lalu masa tu kita orang ada masa, kita orang pergilah, kata yes, see. So dia kata, dia pun cerita, dia pun kata dia Muslim. Dia tadi tu lelaki tu dia kata dia daripada Algeria ke mana, hak gangster tu. Hak ni dia tua, dia kerja dia taxi driver kat situ. Dia kata I'm Muslim, dia kata I'm from Tunisia. Dia boleh cakap sikit English, lain Italian. So dia kata I miss dia kata dia tinggal family dia tinggal anak dengan isteri dia, boleh tengok kita orang ni lah. So kita macam budak-budak lah kat situ. So dia kata come, dia kata dia tinggal anak dengan isteri dia, come dia nak belajar pizza. So kita ada masa, kita pergi lah, masa tu student ya, tak ada duit. So bukannya ada duit sangat, orang nak belanja makan, pergi lah. So me and friend went, and then belanja pizza, and then muka dia sangat happy jumpa another Muslim. Dia kata dia rindu lama dah beberapa tahun dia tak balik jumpa mak ayah, anak isteri dia. Dia kata anak dia umur macam saya at that time. So that is the beauty, when you travel, Islam, to meet another Muslim is very important. Bila kita duduk kat Malaysia ni, kita take for granted orang Muslim around us. Take for granted, tak happy pun. Dan bila travel macam saya always appreciate orang international, because you never know when you're out there, these Muslim people are going to help you. Orang lain buat tak tahu, tapi orang Islam akan tolong orang Islam selagi ada iman. So itulah ceritanya. 12.44. Kita bersama. So, this story, I like to tell the story because you cannot buy experience. You need to go through it. So kalau ada rezeki dia jalan, tapi jalan jangan pergi tempat yang turis. Cuba pergi tempat-tempat yang bukan turis, then you will learn a lot. Kalau pergi tempat turis ambil gambar dan habis. You don't know about orang Islam kat tempat tu, macam mana orang tu, macam mana perasaan being a foreigner dekat tempat orang. Sedih tau jadi foreigner ni. So sebab tu kalau saya tengok foreigner kat Malaysia ni, saya akan bersimpati sebab susah sebenarnya hidup dulu tak ada mak ayah dekat. So BJT, so there are main two categories of transistor. You have BJT and field effect transistor. So first we will learn about the BJT. Okay, boleh baca lah. Nama dia bipolar. BJT stands for bipolar junction transistor. Why the name bipolar? Because both carrier types play important role in the operation. So in a BJT, electron hole gives out current inside the transistor. For MOSFET, it's different. MOSFET is either electron or hole. Dia salah satu je, which is the calculation makes it very easy. And the physics also a bit easier. But for BJT, it's a bit complicated because you have electron and hole flowing. So walaupun in the end both of them are amplifiers, you put current banyak ni, keluar banyak ni, higher by 3 times. Both are amplifier, but how it works is different. So in this class, you'll be learning how the BJT works and how MOSFET works. Although both are amplifier, but how they amplify is totally different. Okay, and bipolar nama dia sebab dua type of carrier. Field effect transistors are unipolar, tapi tak nama dia kita nama dia unipolar. Unipolar means it only depends on single type of carrier. It's either electron or hole. Okay, this if you still remember from your first year, this is the BJT punya symbol. This is NPN, this is PNP. Okay, so basically, kenapa after diode we learn BJT? Because that is the easiest one to understand. If you understand PN junction, it's easier to understand BJT. You can see here, so dia macam dua diode. So you gabung dua diode ni, NP dengan PN, you dapat ni, which is the BJT, NPN or PNP. So it means that kita put N and P and N together macamlah diode. So how it behaves are similar to a diode, cuma dia back to back. So dia ada lain sikit je. So kalau faham PN junction, you should be able to understand about
BJT.
BJT. So there are three terminals: collector, base, and emitter. Okay. Collector, base, ni base, ni collector, ni emitter. Okay, collector is the one that you have the arrow. So this just to some photos of the modern transistors. This is like they call it discrete. Kalau nama dia macam off the shelf discrete transistor, mana satu ni ada satu. Sebenarnya dia kecil je dalam tu. Although this is big, the packaging is big. The actual transistor inside here is like extremely small. Okay, because the smaller you can make it, the more cost effective. Satu wafer tu kan bulat, the wafer is round, right? So you can make it small, it means that you can cut it into very, you can daripada ni you boleh dapat 1000, daripada you cut besar-besar you dapat 10 je. So if you can make it smaller and it works, so make it you can cut it into smaller, dalam design kecil. Okay. BJT can be made as discrete devices. Discrete devices macam ni satu-satu, or it can be made in planar integrated form, means dia duduk dalam circuit terus. Okay. Ini benda ni. Okay, yang ni penting juga. This revision brothers and sisters. You already learn this in your first year. So there are different types of biasing. Okay, kalau PN junction you only have forward, reverse, zero bias. In BJT you have cut off. Cut off means you don't put any there's a cut off. Nanti saya cerita apa condition dia. Cut off, forward active mode, and saturation mode. Okay, so this is very important. You need to memorize this, I guess. Nanti kita akan cerita. Sebenarnya dia tak susah sangat hafal kalau faham. Lepas ni saya akan cerita. So kalau kita cerita pasal kuih lapis kan, BJT pun kita buat macam kuih lapis. So you can have normally this is the collector, this is the this ni yang mana P, this is N, P, N. So this
You should be in the front, right? Yep.
betul tak? N, P, N. So base is the
Supposedly.
resistor, the emitter. Okay. So apa nama ni? This normally walaupun kita draw dia macam ni kan, NPN diode tapi actually kita buat tu dia bila kita buat actual dia macam ni. Like this. Kuih lapis. So the first lapisan nak buat collector. Yang ni macam cake marble. Okay, awak semua, saya bagi example yang awak semua tak pernah masak. Kalau buat cake marble tu kan, buat colour ni. Betul pula atas tu dia akan jadi colour lain kat sini. Betul colour ni, macam tu lah. So sebenarnya lebih kurang macam tu. Kuih lapis boleh ke? Cake marble lebih tepat.
Kek marble, kuih lapis lebih kurang je proses dia.
Proses lebih kurang.
Kalau nak buat kek marble kat rumah.
Tapi kek lapis awak kena macam kek lapis tu awak letak tu betul awak masak. Kalau marble ni awak letak layer tu awak masak.
Medan pose-pose ni.
Deal with it.
Iman awak kuat kan. Takat kuih lapis dengan kek marble ni tak tergoyah lah gambarnya tak. So, alright. So,
Tadi biasa sebut pizza.
pizza.
Never mind.
Ni macam kanak-kanak saya lah. Semalam Dia beritahu dah malam semalam dia nak makan apa nasi goreng Cina. Tiba-tiba balik dia, Umi tak jadilah nasi goreng Cina, kenapa? Asma nak makan ayam kicap. Kenapa ayam kicap pula? Rupa-rupanya cikgu dia nak cerita pasal ayam kicap lagi lah. Dia kata terbayang ayam kicap. Budak-budak you know. So itulah.
Kena cari kat bazar lepas ni.
Apa?
Kena cari kat bazar lepas ni.
Tak masak sendirilah. Ayam kicap senang je. Anak saya masak makan very simple. Saya tak
Kuih
pandai
lapis ni
masak.
madam.
Ha?
Kuih lapis.
Kuih lapis boleh kat bazar Ramadan. Saya tak pergi lagi bazar sejak ni. Tak ada masa nak pergi. Okay.
Buka
So,
pula. Soalan ni.
So jadi macam tu. So macam dia buat macam ni lah. You put lapisan collector dulu. And then you put lapisan, so you put N of the silicon. Lepas tu you put P of the silicon. Then you put N of the silicon. So this is how actually the diode looks like. So ini yang lebih advance lah. Kita patut cerita ke advance ni.
Oh my god, the photolithography is gonna be nightmare.
Tak nightmare pun. So N, P, N. So kau tengok ni dia sama je. Yang ni, the one I show here. Sini dia sama je. Cuma dia ada beberapa buat dia kena ada guard. Dipanggil guard ring. Setiap device tu dia kena protect current tu daripada pergi ke another device. Sebab sebelah ni akan ada device lain. So macam mana nak protect tu, dia letak ni P plus kat sini. And then substrate. So basically kau tengok ni sama je. Ni emitter, ni base, and then ni collector. Sama je. Okay. Yang ni nak baca pun boleh, tak baca pun boleh, bawa lah. Tak nak go detail. Okay, now next how the BGT works. Okay, saya tak ada kot video. I will see if I'm going to make a video on this. But alah tu baik buat tau. So you can read. There are many what you call it videos online to see how the BJT works. So similar to PN junction, you should know how the BJT work in terms of PN junction structural tu. Then you should know how to explain in terms of energy band diagram. Okay, so sebelum kelas minggu depan saya nak suruh awak sketch your energy band diagram of your BJT, NPN. Boleh ke tak? Zero bias. Sepatutnya awak boleh buat sebab awak dah faham kan. Just draw me NPN, zero bias of a BJT. Kalau faham how to draw, sepatutnya tak ada masalah, boleh draw. Tu untungnya faham satu, you boleh faham semua benda. Okay, I think that's enough for today. Let's go through the how it works. Kalau saya rajin, saya buat video, boleh tengok next time. Tak pun saya ajar dalam kelas. Okay, that's all. So you'll be presenting next week, right? Okay, good. So get ready, everybody. Get ready. We'll start with LED first. Siapa LED? Siapa buat LED? Azam? Seorang? Azam seorang je buat LED? Awak semua buat apa? Okay, so Azam, start with you. Okay, the rest after LED, let's go to laser. Siapa buat laser? Solihin dengan Faiz. Bukan, Solihin seorang je. Siapa buat laser?
Ya, madam.
Okay, Solihin dengan Aiman laser. Lepas tu kita go for photo detector. Lastly solar cell. Siapa buat solar cell?
Ya,
Oh,
madam.
okay, solar cell at the end. Okay, so macam tu sebab
Present apa lama?
apa?
Dia present. Masa present dia.
Masa present 10 to 15 minit maximum. So make sure you ni yang dulu saya kasi stop. So make sure you practice sikit lah. Jangan sampai 30 minit kan. So maximum 15 minutes. Then after that Q&A. So everybody else, you should listen carefully and ask question. Semua orang kena tanya soalan. Okay? Alright. Nanti ingatkan saya akan share rubric. Saya dah beritahu kan macam mana saya mark tu benda tu. So you should already know kat mana pemakahan tu. Okay, so we close the class today. Siapa boleh tolong baca doa pula? Silakan. Ada ke sesuatu kata ya ke?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inna istaudiuka ma'alam tanihi farudhu ilayya indaha yati wala
Awak punya
tansani.
doa tu untuk awak seorang je, awak tak doakan kami. Sebab bahasa Arab tu saya, bukannya kami.
Lupa dah.
Ada doa lain yang kami sikit. Kesian kami, kita amin-amin, awak je yang dapat.
Mencari.
Sementara hamba ni ada orang lain nak ganti. So next time hamba ni cari yang kami. Hai ni, siapa?
Tak.
Ada ke tak ada ni?
Allah.
Najwa tak ada orang ni. Macam mana Najwa? Selalunya ialah selalu baca doa.
Saya ni.
Okey, Salihin.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma inna ja'alna min tawabin ja'alna. Allahumma inna na'udzubika min hammi wal hazan wa na'udzubika min al-'ajzi wal kasal wa na'udzubika min al-jubni wal bukhl wa na'udzubika min ghalabati ad-daini wa qahri rijal. Sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wasallam. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
Tu doa awak baca tiap kali lepas sembahyang ke?
Tak, itu doa. Ada jugalah. Itu doa apa? Untuk elakkan kemurungan gitulah.
Elakkan kemurungan. Kenapa awak baca doa tu? Nak elak awak ada nak murung ke? Ha?
Sebab doa tu ada dalam saya punya sekolah dulu, dia letak doa tu untuk lepas solat.
Tak, awak baca doa yang sama, kenapa tak panjang sikit? Panggil doa Ramadan ni, panggil doa best-best panjang-panjang sikit tak ke?
Ya, ini apa, emergency case ni.
Tak emergency, doa yang panjang always here. Awak ni sembahyang kat rumah, awak jadi imam ke tak? Soalan saya. Kalau dia imam mesti awak hafal doa tak? Kalau dia imam tak Salihin dalam rumah awak?
Jarang. Jarang.
Kenapa jarang? Siapa jadi imam?
Ayah saya.
Oh, awak beritahu ayah, Ramadan ni boleh tak bagi saya sekali-sekala? Kalau tidak, sampai bila awak tak belajar macam mana nak improve awak punya doa? Tak pun kata bila doa boleh tak saya nak baca. So, bila kita semua practice, Sekali awak nak kahwin semua mesti awak jadi imam, takkan awak nak isteri buat jadi imam. Right? Takkan masa tu baru nak hafal doa. Daripada sekarang lah hafal doa. Okay? Bebel pula. Alright. So semua orang patut boleh baca doa. Sangat bagus, Sebab awak tahu, tiba-tiba orang tolak awak jadi imam, awak boleh baca doa kat mana-mana. You need to get ready. Okay, let's end with tasbih kifarah and surah al-asr. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal 'asr. Innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa 'amilus solihat wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Madam, before you go, just to remind you about message to Dr. Ishaq regarding tomorrow.
Dah.
Okay.
Dia kata okey. Ayah?
Ada password for today.
Apa?
Password for today.
Disiplin.
Tadi saya dah beritahu.
Medium video nanti.
Video saya tengah upload ni. InsyaAllah lepas ni saya buat dia dalam playlist tu. Password dia disiplin lah, Najwa, tazkirah hari ini. Okey, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum.